Would you say Carlos deserved better today?
Carlos was good. Yeah, he had good stuff, obviously, right from the beginning at the walk, and then all of a sudden found the movement, and guys were making plays. I thought he did a great job. You're looking in the fifth, I believe it was, when he gets the bases loaded, and then he's always got that extra gear to go ahead and get the strikeout and make something happen with a double play. Kid's he continues to improve, and yeah, it's too bad we couldn't get some big hits for him today.
That's the fourth time I think Calvin has started off Martinez. Start with that question. I mean, he's allowed 4 earned runs total in these games that you've lost.
I think the rest of the league sees what we see, is that this guy's a top-tier pitcher, and he's taken that step in his career to where he's figuring out how to pitch on a consistent basis, to find his stuff, to get quick outs, and then he's got obviously all the horsepower you could ever ask for. So he's putting it all together, and it'd be fun to watch him do it for the rest of this season.
Mike, do you make anything of the fact that the last 3 losses here at home, the starting pitcher that you're facing has come in with a really high ERA, has not pitched well, and then is able to kind of turn it around against you guys?
No, I mean, I don't know what to make of that. You know, you just never know when any guy in this league has the potential to put something together, and we don't put too much stock in what they've been doing. I mean, we've seen it too many times, whether it's at home, whether it's on the road. You see a guy who might be getting beat up, and he makes good pitches against us, and he's not making a lot of mistakes in the middle of the plate, and seems to be sharp. So we treat them all with the same amount of respect, because you know that any one of them could have that kind of day, and we've seen quite a few of those days.
How does that alter your preparation for a guy like Volquez, for example, has a track record and a history and just had a bit of a speed bump before he faced you? Do you prepare for the guy at his best? Do you prepare for the guy in his most recent? How do your preparations change?
We prepare individually. I mean, each guy's got to go. There's not this overarching theme that we have to all follow. Each guy is going to be attacked differently, and so you go through how you've had at-bats against that particular pitcher in the past, how he's throwing right now. You take all those things into consideration of how he might try and get you out, and then you have to make your adjustments. But you can't go too far, because you just don't know what's going to show up that particular day. But guys had a good plan, had an idea what we wanted to do. We just couldn't get that big hit. Left a little money on the table too, and situational hitting. Well, one opportunity at least to get the run in from third base. Those sort of things do come back and get you. But they got the big hits. They got the home runs, things that have been working for us we couldn't find today.
It looked like Carlos thought he had Jaso struck out there in the 7th. Could you tell from your vantage what that pitch looked like?
He wanted it.
Yeah.
He's right there. He's just all on. Stuff still looks good, and he's on emotions, and he's trying to figure out a way to keep it a 1-run game, get us back in the dugout, which he was real close to doing. Haven't seen the pitch myself. I heard it wasn't anything that you would say it was an absolute one way or the other, borderline pitch. And when you're out there competing and you're 108 pitches, 107 pitches into it, you want every one of those to be called in your way. And once again, he made a great effort today.
The fact that you didn't push him as deep in his last start, that allow you to push him a little bit into the 7th, and then also. Yeah,
it's not on our mind as much. But then that's adding up for next time. So we're always keeping an eye, but that's a situation when we're down 1 run and his stuff's good and he's pitching well and his turn hadn't come up to bat. We got to try and get him back in the dugout and get him a win, because he deserved it.
When did you learn about Pham's stiffness?
Right before the game.
And then how serious is
I don't know. He said he couldn't go today.
How neat is it to see Carlos with a 4-game hitting streak?
Was not aware of that, but we took him as a position player, and we get into situations where you typically might bunt. It's nice to have a guy up there swinging it well. We got a couple that are swinging the bat pretty well that can at least make it an option for us to go ahead and let him go.
So Tommy subbed you out, or you were just talking with the trainer and word came?
Yeah, it happened after BP. He said something didn't feel right after he took a dive in the outfield yesterday, and we had no word on it until right after BP, which was pushed back pretty close to the game time today. So Brandon Moss got a late ride-in.
Would he have been available to pinch hit, or is this a
No.
throwing issue, or he's off the table?
No, he was off the table. He was off. couldn't use him.
Do you know what they mean? I mean, he'd be reevaluated tomorrow.
Yeah, like I said, this was all last minute. Doctors looked at him. We thought they were going to give him the green light, and he wasn't feeling it.